meteorologist Ron Rhodes.
Oh man, we've got ourselves another good looking day. Temperatures are right there in the 60s, and I think it could be a little bit warmer for me, but I think for a lot of folks, I mean, they've been wanting fall. Last week, of course, we had 90-degree heat. We were sweating it out the last 2 days of summer. Fall came in right on cue, and we've been basking in some pretty good weather ever since. And we've got good weather until the remnants of Ian come our way, and we can see that this weekend on Sunday in particular. So we take a look at what's going on from Ellis Park, our tower cam there on top of the grandstand, and of course looking out toward the Twin Bridges, checking out the traffic. Looks like everything's a-okay there. And then downtown Owensboro, and we've got a pretty good wind out there, also providing some ripples on the water there in Owensboro. So we take a look from the Hampton Inn on our roofclaim.com camera, and now we're looking at the east side of Evansville, our Diamond Valley Federal Credit Union camera there at Deaconess, and you can see just a few clouds out there in the sky, dotting that sky, but a beautiful blue, a deep blue, because we got that low humidity out there in play. But here's what it looks like from downtown on top of Fifth Third Bank, our Superior Ag camera, the bend in the river, just a few fair weather cumulus clouds right there popping up in the sky. Right now it's 61 degrees, got a dew point of 39. That is almost desert dry out there with a north-northwest wind at around 15 miles an hour. So clipping pretty good like we've seen over the past few days. It's going to be mainly from the north at around 10 to 20 miles an hour, just right there in that range right now. 58 degrees in Jasper, it's 59 French Lick. Temperatures dropped down into the 30s this morning, had reports of some frost in some areas, even as far south as Madisonville on some rooftops. There was some frost out there as well, so yeah, pretty chilly to say the least. It will be a little bit warmer tomorrow morning, but still chilly. I mean, it's going to be down into the mid-40s as opposed to the upper 30s and low 40s. 60 in Princeton, 62 Calhoun, and 64 in Madisonville. Hey, we're giving shout-outs to these Halloween homes. I mean, it's only September, but people are getting into the Halloween spirit a little early. This is in Evansville here. Check out the size of this dude right here with the jack-o'-lantern head. He's got the skeleton ribs, a long set of legs right there in front of the house. You can't miss that. I forget what court that's on, but that is here in Evansville. And you got the skeleton family hanging out there in the front yard. Love that shot there. Jamin Cartwright's the one that sent that one in. Jamin, thank you so much for sending that my way. Live first morning Doppler radar. If you've got a Halloween display, send it my way, especially if it's a really good one. I love it, especially with tall skeletons with jack-o'-lantern faces. Anyway, got some clouds moving in downstate. We are seeing a few extra clouds in play, especially north of the river, but not bringing any rain, not expecting that. Down to the south, though, that's where the rough weather is. This is Hurricane Ian. It looks like it's going to end up being the strongest hurricane to impact western Florida in recorded history. It is a Cat 4, but it is a very strong Cat 4, only 2 miles an hour away from a Category 5, which is the highest category of strength as far as the Saffir-Simpson scale is concerned. But let's go ahead and zoom in on this a little bit. It is now making landfall. And the strongest winds of a hurricane are right around the eye. It's the eye wall. And the eye wall now has moved over top of Sanibel and Captiva Islands there by Fort Myers. It's going to continue to bring in a storm surge anywhere from around 12 to 18 feet. That is catastrophic right there. And I mean, what, I'm 6 feet. That's 3 of me on top of each other. And that's just a wall of water coming in. And you can see Port Charlotte right up here. There's Fort Myers. That's going to bear the brunt of it, the worst of it. Not as bad in Sarasota. They're getting the heavy rain, but they're getting the wind coming off the land as opposed to coming off the water. That's what creates that big storm surge when you get on that southeastern side of that hurricane. Let's take a look at the particulars. Again, a Category 4, but a very strong Category 4, 155 miles an hour. It is going to weaken over land over the next 24 hours. And by 8 o'clock tomorrow morning Eastern time, you can see it's packing winds of 70 miles an hour, which is a notch below hurricane status. So it's down to a tropical storm there. It is going to move northeast through the Daytona Beach area, it looks like, but then it's going to curl back and kind of jog back into the states again in the Carolinas, and it looks like by Sunday what's left of Ian, and it's still packing 25-mile-per-hour winds, will be sitting on top of the Smoky Mountains and kicking a little bit of cloud cover and rain perhaps our way. Some of our eastern counties might get a few showers, but the worst of it by then obviously is over with, but the worst of the weather by then will be in the Smoky Mountains area. So just a heads up if you're traveling there for this weekend. Anyway, for us though, we're just talking about a few extra clouds in play this afternoon. Looking pretty good. Plenty of sunshine out there and another clear sky for the most part tonight. Temperatures going to be tumbling back down into the 40s, into the mid 40s though tomorrow. 70s, what I'm calling it for a high. A lot of locations are not going to hit 70 degrees, topping out in the upper 60s. Pretty good wind out there from the north at 10 to 20 miles an hour. On the 3-degree guarantee, I called for a high yesterday. yesterday of 72, got up to 73. That's a 3-degree guarantee winner. Let's hear it for Robert Bufkin of Boonville. Congratulations, Robert. You've got yourself an umbrella courtesy of Ackerman Chiropractic. Come on by the station and pick it up. See Pam up front. She's the keeper of the goodies. 70 degrees for a high today, 72 tomorrow after a morning low in the mid-40s. Another low in the mid-40s on Friday morning. So the next couple of mornings, chilly for sure. We will be warming into the mid-70s over the weekend. More clouds start to roll in Saturday night, Sunday, courtesy of Ian to our east. But maybe a few showers out there, just a slight chance. The wind's going to pick up a little bit too with Ian. But we start the fall festival, Angie, of course, on Monday and Tuesday. Mid-70s for highs, morning lows in the 50s, and still not that humid. Love this too. This is a light brown woolly worm. Jessica Shadrick saw this on the north side over the weekend. If that woolly worm is right, it's going to be a mild winter. The lighter the woolly worm, the milder the winter. So let's hope that dude is right.
Did they teach you that in meteorology school?
Meteorology 101, woolly worms. It was woolly worms 101.
Well, I'll tell you what's going to be fun. Holiday World Splash and Safari. Sabrina's here to tell us about Halloween weekends right after this.